So Marshfield now will start their first drive of the second half in Oshkosh North territory at the Spartan 49. Now half of the Marshfield drives have started in plus territory here in this game. And the first one here of the second half, and quite sure what they're going to call here. We had movement down here on the near side. Gadel got out of his stance, but there were two Spartans out of the defensive stance, and they're going to call encroachment on the Spartan defensive line. So they were saying number 54, Zach Leesky, wanted to get too much of a head start on the Tiger offense, so Leesky hands on hips. Now gets down in his defensive formation. Four-man front here for the Spartans. Krieger drops back to pass. Throws down here to Gadel. Gadel's got to step on his man, and it's a touchdown. Tigers! Nice job there by the Tigers, and that's exactly what you do in this sport of football. On a turnover, you take a strike, especially when that turnover is between the 35s. You're going to take a stab at the end zone every time, and they caught the Spartans napping. Braden Christie beat on the play. 2-point conversion is no good as Krieger's brought down, but he had to step right away, and we're going to step aside for a quick break. It's Marshfield 23, Oshkosh North nothing.
Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
All right, back here in Marshfield, Tigers up 23-0 now after the big strike from Krieger to Gadel. Take a look here around the area. Pittsville now up over Wild Rose, 21-0. Wild Rose punting. So Pittsville will get the ball back at around their own 5-yard line and a chance to extend their lead. Take a look here at action in Stratford, and it's the Tigers all over the Apaches, 31-7. Tao takes the ball at the 7-yard line. He's going to run all the way to the outside and brought down around the 15-yard line, and that's where Spartans will take their second attempt here of the second half. First attempt was good. 5 plays, all positive yardage, including a 12-yard pass play from Tao to Crumry. And then on the very next play, it was a Tao to Crumry exchange in the backfield that went awry. Ball on the ground and scooped up by Alex Steins. But we'll see here what the Spartans able to do now with their second drive. Again, Tao able to really just gash the Tigers up the middle. As again, he ran behind a couple big offensive linemen down there and able to really run wherever he wanted. Pass play here, and Tao steps aside for one and unleashes one here to Crumry. Ball is deep and just off the fingertips of Crumry. Crumry did the best he could there to just at least get his fingers on the ball as Nolan Hurdle and Caleb Specht were nearby. Tao took a big hit as he delivered the ball. We've got a penalty on the penalty flag on the field. It looks like the Tigers might have lined up in the neutral zone, although there's some talk here on the Marshfield sideline like there's a Tiger decision to be made. We'll see what the call here is in just a minute. But where that flag was thrown, that usually indicates somebody was not where they were supposed to be pre-snap. Our white hat will come towards us, and he's going to say it was illegal formation on the Spartans. Pass is incomplete. The Tigers going to push North back 5 yards. Anyway. Illegal motion is called, 5-yard penalty. So back to the 11-yard line now. 8:59 to go in the third. So 1st and long after the 5-yard illegal formation penalty. Coach Lutke here maybe thinking big things with the ball pushed back near the Spartan end zone. Tao's got other things on his mind as he's going to break one loose here. Tao finally chased down from behind, but not after a 39-yard run by Adipon Tao, as he was finally hauled down from behind by Jackson Ott. So nice run there by Tao, and that's going to bring the ball all the way up here to the 50. Again, Spartans finding success here with the run game, especially here in the second half. Tiger defensive line is going to have to do a better job. Going to have to push back, but that Spartan offensive line's been doing all the pushing here in the third quarter. Tao calls for it, and he's going to keep again. Spins out of one and hauled down by Ott. Ball on the ground. And Tigers recover the fumble. It's another fumble after a big play by the Spartans. Spartans just falling apart here on offense. Back-to-back drives with big plays at the end of them, and the very next play is a turnover. So that evens our turnover battle here, as the Tigers had fumbled twice in the first half. Now North has fumbled twice here in half number 2, so it's a net 0 turnover battle. And a bit of a development here as Ryan Krieger, helmet in hand on the sideline. Will Voss now in for the Tigers at quarterback. I think perhaps Coach Gadel seeing this one as maybe being in hand here a little bit, although a little early for something like that. Pitch out here to Bowman. Bowman doesn't quite get the edge, and he's going to get just a few yards. But, no real reason to think Krieger is anything but just taking a break here on the sideline, and maybe an opportunity to get Voss some work. Voss, a 6'1" senior. Also in the same class Krieger is. They're both seniors, so Voss now in. 4-yard run on the previous play by Bowman. Inside handoff to Pierce. Pierce is going to chug ahead for a few. He's going to have a gain of 3.
Nice run by King Pierce.
.94 yards rushing on the day for Brant Bowman as he closes in on the century mark here with 8 minutes left to go in the third. Voss takes a snap, hands off the up back Byrel, and he's brought down right away by Stulo. And it's going to be a loss of about a half a yard on the run. 2nd down upcoming for the Tigers.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
Make sure to stick around for our Hiller's True Value postgame show. In Hiller's True Value, your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Get $100 off your next purchase, next Milwaukee Tool purchase down at Hiller's True Value on South Central Avenue here in Marshfield. Hiller's True Value will not be undersold. Hiller's True Value, your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Voss, quick pass here across the middle to Gadel, and just in and out of the hands there of number 11, Joey Gadel, and 3rd down now upcoming for Marshfield. So again, make sure to stay tuned for the postgame show. We will ask Coach Gadel about this quarterback switch here in the third quarter and what prompted that. Voss back to pass, under pressure, rolls out to his right, fires down the field and complete down around the 37-yard line as that pass is complete to Sam Hinson.
Krieger to
Nope. So it's going to bring up 4th and short here, and the Tigers likely going to keep some sort of an offensive formation out here anyway and press on as it's 4th and 1.5 from the Oshkosh North 37-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go here in the third. So Voss in the pistol, sends one in motion. Handoff up the middle to Coffrin. Coffrin blasts ahead. First down, Mason Coffrin. 4-yard run by Coffrin. Fresh set of downs for the Tigers here as they just keep kind of moving the ball along here. Nothing fantastic going on for Marshfield. But 4 yards here, 5 yards there. Brings up 1st and 10 from the 33. Hinson in motion. Handoff instead up the middle to Bowman. Bowman all the way down to the 20-yard line. It's a 13-yard gain for Bowman, and that puts him at 103. I'm sorry.
Holes opened up by the offensive line. Bump breaker, Anderson, Colts, and Bryan.
Puts him at 107 for the day. 107 yards rushing for Bowman. And the Tigers, 1st and 10 from the 21. Bowman comes off now. He's going to take a breather. Hinson and Coffrin on for the Tigers. Coffrin now will stand just to the right of Voss. Voss calls for it. 3-step drop Voss. Passes to the corner. Nobody home there as Meverden turned back and looked, but the pass was about 7 yards over the head of Meverden.
Second and 10.
Coffrin and Pierce off. Byrell and Bowman will come on now as they get the call from Coach Gadel and relay the information to Will Voss. Krieger now with helmet on, still on the sideline. And just coach's preference here in the third quarter on quarterback, and I suppose get Voss some experience. Nothing wrong with that. As Byrell breaking tackles, and he's pulled down by his face mask. He's going to be marked down at the 12, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6 upcoming for Marshfield.
Tackle.
55 yards rushing now for Byrell. And the personal foul here is officially officiated. And it's, again, 1st and goal now from the 6. 5:23 left as the Tigers look to extend this 23-0 lead here in the third quarter. Voss in the shotgun, essentially with 4 receivers out here, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Coffrin next to him. Pierce in motion, and Pierce down to the corner of the end zone is caught. Caden Pierce, touchdown Tigers. Pierce making up for that drop in the second quarter, comes through here in the third, this time with the delivery of Will Voss, and nicely executed drive there by the Tigers. And capitalizing on the Spartan turnover, and they turn it into 6 points. Extra point upcoming. And Coffrin puts a leg into it, and it's up and off the roof of the concession stand. And with that, Tigers now lead 30-0, 5:08 to go in the third.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Big plays. All right, back here at Beal as again, we come to near the end of the third quarter. 5:08 left to go here in the third. Marshfield 30, Oshkosh North nothing. First scoring of the second half done by the Tigers as Will Voss connected on a 6-yard pass to Caden Pierce for the touchdown. As the Tigers pull away, our other games widening their gap as well, as we see the Pittsville Panthers up now over the Wild Rose Wildcats 35-0. So it looks like the number 7 Panthers will go on and move from 6-0 to 7-0, just like these Marshfield Tigers will. And the Stratford Tigers also leading big at home against Auburndale tonight. That game, at last check, I believe it said 37-7. There's the tackle there on the kickoff return, administered by Jace Langmeyer. We'll go to get a quick clarification on that Stratford score here. It's actually 31-7. 31-7 in the third. As the Tigers looking to take care of business. Only one loss on the year, and that was to the number 3 ranked, now the number 3 ranked, Spencer Columbus Rockets, and that will lead me to my next topic for you. This Spencer Columbus team will play right here at Beal Stadium tomorrow afternoon. Kickoff time 1 p.m. Kickoff time 1 p.m. here at Beal, as the number 3 ranked Spencer Columbus Rockets will perform their Columbus homecoming. That's a co-op there with Spencer and Columbus, so Columbus gets their own homecoming, and they'll play here against Cadott tomorrow, so make sure to check that game out. Again, that's being broadcast live, same place you're watching now. Just go to ZaleskiSportsShow.com, click on Live Sports, or a shortcut on YouTube, just go to the Spencer Rocket channel. Both take you to the same place. As we've got Jumpy Tigers out here, as they have stopped the Spartans on for a 4-yard loss back on first down, and now give up 5 yards. So 2nd and 9 here from the 24. So again, Spencer Columbus homecoming here at Beal Stadium tomorrow, 1 p.m. And the weather forecast is kind of so-so tomorrow, so I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you, you can stay dry, warm, and comfortable on a Saturday afternoon watching that game being live streamed. Compliments of Trimedia Zaleski Sports. And what I'd recommend you do there is you set up your computer, you click play on the live stream, and then on the TV you keep a little college football on. Nothing wrong with that. And by that time tomorrow, you'll be able to catch highlights of all kinds of things we've got going on, including this Tiger Spartans game, Pittsville Panthers, Wild Rose Wildcats highlights, Stratford Tigers, Auburndale Apaches, and Loyal Greyhounds. Haven't talked about a whole lot of Merriwood football tonight, but the Loyal Greyhounds, every bit as good as anybody thought they would be this year. Only one loss on the season for the Greyhounds, and they're out at Thorpe tonight. Those highlights will be available later on this evening at Zaleski Sports Neilsville. And you can get highlights on Facebook first, as Tigers turn the Spartans over on down, or force a punt here. I thought for a minute there the scoreboard operator had me a little upside down. Anyway, punt upcoming. 4th and 8. With 2:50 and counting here left in the third quarter. Crumrye gets it off. Rush was put on. Caught by Meverton right at the 50. Fair catch there. And we will take a break. Again, Marshfield Tigers going back on offense. Up 30-0. 2:40 left in the third.
We
know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
All right, back here at Beal, Voss still in a quarterback. Flips out to Hinson. Hinson gives one Spartan a ride down to the 45-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 5. Got to make sure to stay tuned for the Hillers True Value postgame show. Hillers True Value in Marshfield is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. $100 off your next Milwaukee Tool purchase. Hillers True Value will not be undersold. Hillers True Value again on South Central Avenue in Marshfield, your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. So the Hillers True Value postgame show coming up here at the end of this one. We'll go down and visit with Tiger head coach Denny Gadel, and we'll also talk to our Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House player of the game. All that comes up here at the end of this one. There's a little bit of razzle-dazzle put on there in the Tiger backfield, and it leads to a Simon Beatty carry, and Beatty's going to be stopped for a loss of about 3 on the play. So 3rd down now for the Tigers from the Spartan 46. Got to be about 3rd and 6 from here, as many of these Tiger reserves now getting action here in the second half. And Coach Gadel here obviously using this opportunity against a little bit lesser opponent to get these guys some playing time. We talk about this a lot in some of the other games. You've heard me give the speech, so I'll give it to you one more time. But there is nothing like the transition between practice football and game football. It's unlike any other sport, as Voss is going to go down here with the sack. But the way that the practice, or the way that it doesn't practice football translate to game football, it's such a big leap to go from practice to the game. So anytime you can get your reserves in, anytime you can get playing time for more than just your regulars, you take advantage of that all the time. The Spencer Columbus Rockets here recently have really made a big deal of that. Coach Gorst has said that during a season, just during some of those fortunate times where you're able to really outpace your opponent, in a game like this, Tigers outpacing the Spartans by 30, he figures that his reserves during the course of a season get 2 to 3 quarters of play during the season. And in the sport of football, that is so much more important than other sports. And I'm not saying there's not a leap to be made in basketball practice to the game, or baseball practice, or whatever, soccer, whatever you have. But I know in football that the leap from practice to game is just huge. And you really can't get it until you play in the game. You can practice these plays, you can talk about strategy, you can put scenarios on the scoreboard in the practice field. You know, it's 3rd and whatever with so many seconds left in whatever quarter. But until you play that game, until you get on this field under the bright lights and in front of this huge crowd, it's a really big leap. So Tigers taking advantage of that tonight. Tigers here also taking advantage of a nice Ryan Krieger punt as the Spartans pinned back at the 2-yard line. Now they'll unleash their defense here on those Spartans and see what else they can do here besides pin them back on the 2. 8 seconds left to go here in the 3rd. Tau, pump fake again, now fires. Down here to the sideline, that pass is intercepted. Interception Tigers, and interception made by number 20, Riley Bushak. Riley Bushak here during halftime announced in the homecoming court, and he's going to have himself a nice homecoming dance tomorrow night. As be able to tell his date. Hey, you may not know a lot about me, but I did intercept a pass last night. It could go a long way. Until she turns to him and says, "What's an interception?" All right, 2 seconds to go here in the 3rd, and the Tiger offense comes back on the field here. And again, a couple more reserves out there for the Tigers now. And again, Gadel getting these guys some much-needed game time action. And we're going to have another encroachment call here on the Spartans. Big number 90 trying to get after Voss, and he attempted to get after him just a little bit too soon.
Offside is the call. 5-yard penalty, so first down.
So 1st and 5 now from the 26. Handoff up the middle. Coffrin go. Start of the 4th quarter down in Wild Rose is 34-0 Pittsville. Start of the 4th quarter in Stratford, it's 43-7 Stratford over Auburndale. And we'll go to the 4th quarter here. It's 30-0 Marshfield. We'll be back. Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. All right, back here at Beal, 2nd and 2 now for the Tigers as we start the 4th quarter. 12 minutes to go here in this one. Voss keeps out to the left. He had an option out there, and his option was number 31, Malachi Feixen. Decided to keep and gains a first down, so good choices there being made all around here by the Tigers. So clock continues to wind, and with the touchdown here by the Tigers, the clock would continue to wind all the way to the end of the game, as we'd be in a running clock situation here at Beal Stadium. 11.5 minutes now to go before the end of the game. Voss with it, 3-step drop. Looks, fires to the corner here. He's got a guy open, and it's in and out of the hands of number 34, Simon Beatty. Beatty had the 6, just didn't have the ball. And again, this is what I was telling you folks about earlier. There is just such a big difference between practice football and game time football, and there was one of those differences. Beatty probably catches that pass every time in practice. But there's just something that goes a million miles an hour from your stomach to your brain back to your stomach when that ball is coming towards you on a Friday night. Second and 10 from the 18. Voss again, quick throw here, quick set up and go, and the pass attempted for Brandon Berg, incomplete. 3rd down.
Pass to Berg, ball's incomplete. 3rd down.
.21 now, 3rd and 10 from the 18-yard line. See what Voss and his version of the Tigers are able to do here is split wide here, number 83, Bradley Hendrickson. And the play comes his way. We've got, we're going to have a illegal formation here on the Tigers as Hinson gets the carry, but this play will not stand.
Pitch goes out to Hinson. Bosey makes the tackle.
It's my suspicion anyway, as that flag came out almost immediately, and that's just about the call every time, and especially again as you get these reserves in the game, oftentimes they're not always sure where to stand. And it is going to be a 5-yard procedure penalty on the Tigers. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 from the 19-yard line. From the 24-yard line, they had already marked him up at the 14. on the scoreboard here, but that's not at all what the case is.
Illegal formation call against the Tigers.
So 3rd and 15 from the 24.
Till third down.
See if Coach Gato lets Voss air one out here. Otherwise, it's a 40-yard field goal attempt from there. Other strategy would be get half the yardage here on 3rd down and then go for it again on 4th down. Tigers taking a long time here with the play. We'll keep an eye on the back judge here and see if we've got a play clock situation as the back judge readies his hand and begins his count off here. And Voss going to have to get this one off here and does just in time. As the rush comes around from behind him, it is a pass to the end zone, and the Tigers going to benefit from a pass interference as that pass was attempted. What looks to be Joey Gadel, and indeed it is Gadel there in the back of the end zone. The ball was thrown on the inside. I don't know if Gadel would have been able to haul that one in if they were playing against air, but they're not. They're playing competitive football here, so the penalty is going to put the Tigers up ahead a few and give them an automatic first down, and a big benefit there for Marshfield as it was 3rd and 15 on the play. So they're going to be half the distance from there, and actually the down does stay 3rd here in high school football on the pass interference. So it's going to be 3rd and short now, 3rd and about 4 from the 11-yard line. So definitely a much more manageable situation here. Could even see a handoff here from Voss as he's got Beatty next to him on his right, Hinson to the left, and it is Hinson with the ball. And Hinson looking for room, cuts it back up inside, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Hinson's going to run for about 6 or 7 on the play. Nice run there, 7-yard gain by Hinson as he stayed patient behind his offensive line. 1st and goal now upcoming for the Tigers. Going to be 10:35 after they spot this ball and wind the clock. So clock winding now under 10.5 minutes. Voss brings the play in all the way from the sideline. Again, I wouldn't be surprised here with another run as Coffrin stands next to Voss. Hinson now in motion. Hinson with the ball, essentially the same play. Hinson speeds to the corner of the end zone and he's in. Touchdown, Tigers. So nice job there by these Tigers to march that ball all the way down the field. They had that 3rd and long, that pass interference here just a couple plays ago, really the difference here in that drive, as the Spartans really kind of had them managed. But the pass interference will do that. It does pass interference at any level. Give the offense a fresh start and a fresh look at things as the extra point is blocked. As Voss unable to get the hold down, Coffrin had to double clutch. So, the extra point is no good, but the touchdown is. That puts the Tigers up 36-0. We'll have a running clock now for the rest of this game, and we'll be back after this.
My name is Marissa, and I just finished my junior year in college. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership, and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car. It only took a few minutes and my credit application was approved. Just a couple of quick signatures and a payment I can afford. My first time buying a car, and it was so simple. Thank you, Wheelers.
All right, back here at Beal again, 77th year for Beal Stadium, and Marshfield Tigers are going to clean this one up here in quick order after the kickoff. We're going to have a running clock for the rest of this one. As just over 10 minutes to go, and it's going to go 10 minutes in just about real time. The only thing that stops that clock, timeout, injury, or a score. And barring any injury, I would imagine this clock's going to run for the next 10 minutes, and we're going to run out of here with the Marshfield Tiger 36-0 win, and they're going to push their record to 7-0. As we look ahead to next week, Tiger is going to finish things up here at Beale against the DC Everest Evergreens, as a squib kick put down there, picked up by Tao. Tao up around the 25-yard line, and clock rolling. Spartans take it from there. So we're going to make sure to stay tuned to our post-game show. Hiller's True Value brings you tonight's post-game show. Hiller's True Value is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. $100 off your next Milwaukee Tool purchase. Hiller's will not be undersold. No trade-ins needed. Get down to Hiller's True Value on South Central Avenue. So all that in the post-game show coming up. We'll talk to our head coach, Marshfield Tiger head coach, Denny Gadel, and we'll talk to our Highlight House player of the game. We've got one picked out. We'll surprise you with it later. As Tao here gets a block here to the outside. Ball is on the ground and recovered by the Tigers. Number 96, Dylan Krug on the recovery. And that will likely be the last time the Spartans touch the ball at Beale Stadium. Tigers take over now from the Spartan 39-yard line. And really the story of the day here, obviously, the Tiger defense. Talk about the defense, and we can talk about them for the whole game, any game. And, in the first half, Tigers got out a little bit shaky. They had 17 points. It was 17-0. They also had 2 turnovers at that point. And Spartans, though, just unable to capitalize on those turnovers. Spartans with 2 turnovers of their own here in the second half, and has propelled the Tigers to 13 second half points. They went to the locker room at 23-0. But Tigers able to capitalize off of both the Spartan turnovers here in the second half. And turnover number 3 just happened a moment ago. And the Tigers back on offense, headed towards the south end zone once again. Again, other broadcasts we've got going on around the area. Pittsville also wrapping up their opponent down in Wild Rose. They'll take care of the Wildcats tonight. Pittsville moves to 7-0, the number 7 ranked Panthers. Up in Stratford, the number 6 ranked Stratford Tigers have taken care of the Auburndale Apaches. And then, of course, this game here. And we have yet to see a score up in Loyal, as Loyal is playing Thorpe today. And we would imagine, if what we know holds true, Loyal come home with the win. They'll go to 6-1 on the year, along with the Stratford Tigers. And all 4 of those games, highlights can be found on Facebook First on any of your favorite Zaleski Sports Show networks. We'll also see if we can put those up on the Stratford Tiger page, and maybe a couple others if somebody will let us. 6:50 and rolling here at Beale Stadium. Second and 9 from the 25-yard line. Anyway, all those highlights found on Facebook First. Just type in Zaleski in the name of your favorite team, and that'll take you right to the highlights wherever they are. As Voss here on the option loses the ball as he was swung down hard. He's holding his head, and the Spartans do come up with it. Voss was hauled down and lost the ball as he was being hauled down, and he's going to come off the field here just a little bit gingerly. So the Spartans do get one more possession at Beale Stadium. 6 minutes here and rolling. Tigers and Spartans each now with 3 turnovers tonight. And we'll talk to Coach Gadel about that. Talk to Coach about getting how he values his reserves getting playing time. And then we'll ask Coach what his strategy is for the rest of the year. Again, they play Everest here to close out regular season Beale Stadium action next week, October 5th. Then they go to Wausau West on October 12th. Though it is a final in Stratford, 43-7, Tigers over the Apaches. And as high school playoffs work, as this pass here aired up to Crumry and knocked away there. Nice coverage on the play by Dom Zimmerman. But as the rules are in high school football, the Auburndale Apaches now disqualified from postseason play. Auburndale recorded a win in the playoffs last year. They took care of Crandon. And so nice memory there for the Apaches, but they won't have any playoff memories this year in football. Volleyball team coming right along. Volleyball team will be in the playoffs, and volleyball playoffs are going to be here in just a couple weeks. And if you had a look around the area last night, we had quite a few volleyball selections for you to choose from. We had highlights from Spash, Pittsville. Speaking of the Panthers, the Pittsville Panthers volleyball team took care of the Port Edwards Blackhawks last night in a 5-game showdown. It was an exciting match to watch there. Also another 5-gamer in Spencer as the Neillsville Granton Warriors took care of the Spencer Rockets. And then the #1 ranked Stratford Tigers cruise right past the Amherst Falcons. A lot of folks saying that the Stratford Tigers probably amongst the best teams in the state regardless of division. They're certainly the best team in their division. Pass tipped up here, and Jake Kildall getting his big paws in the way. Going to bring up 2nd down for the Spartans. And then we also took a look last night at Columbus Catholic Soccer as they took care of the Wisconsin Valley Lutheran Wolves, which also reminds me, go out and check out the Zaleski Sports On Focus 2018 Fall Sports Guide. It's at places all around the area, including Baltus gas stations, Heartland Co-op, Provision Co-op, and all kinds of other places around the area. If you're not sure where to pick up your Fall Sports Guide, just message the page or message Marshfield On Focus, and either place will take care of you, let you know where you can pick up your Fall Sports Guide. But 3rd edition is out for Fall Sports, and it's Columbus Dons striker Nadim Torbay. Torbay now nearing top flight status in Wisconsin soccer history. I believe he moved up to 8th on the all-time scoring list after last night's match, and he's within striking distance of top 5. Here as they've got a number of games left. He had 3 goals again last night. And Nadim Torbay featured on the On Focus Zaleski Sports Fall Sports Guide. Go pick up your copy today. We've also got previous editions with Stratford outside hitter Maisie Nagel and Marshfield Tiger quarterback Ryan Krieger. And we'll come out with at least one more cover here in Fall Sports 2018 yet today.
Really
interested in the halftime show. Oh, those people? Oh. What do they do? Oh, that's their So Spartans now trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. They got 1:45 to do it. It's 1st and 10 from the 14th. Tao is going to step up and run for it, and he's brought down there. Tao's been just a running machine here in the second half. This time brought down by number 47 for the Tigers. Don't have a 47 on the roster. So ball moved 7 yards ahead to the 7-yard line. 1:20 left. And Tao's going to get near the goal line and pushing back are the Tigers. He's going to be stopped short. He's going to be brought down to the 1-yard line. And they're going to run their next play with just a little bit under a minute left. It is a final down at Wild Rose. Pittsville Panthers over the Wildcats, 35-0. So congratulations to the Pittsville Panthers as they move to 7-0 on the season. They're having quite a run. And that all started back in week 1 as we took a look at them in the very first week of the year. They had a huge comeback against Auburndale. Stephen, Auburndale was up by 17, something like 17, that. Yep. 17 in the 4th quarter. And the Panthers came all the way back and beat the Apaches and haven't lost a game this year. Under 30 seconds to go now. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Tao. It looked like he might have been able to sprint to the corner. Instead, he throws incomplete. And it's going to bring up third and goal, but more importantly, it's going to bring the clock under 10 seconds. This is likely the last play of the game here and the last time for the Tigers to preserve the shutout here against the Spartans. Tao's got his time ready. 3, 2, gets the play off, and a flag on the play, and if that's what I think it is, that is the end of the game, and it is the end of the game as a procedure penalty against the Spartans. So Marshfield, in week number 7, takes care of the Oshkosh North Spartans 36-0. Marshfield moves to 7-0. Oshkosh North moves to 0-7. Again, the Hillers True Value postgame show is upcoming. We'll go talk to Coach Denny Gadel and our Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House player of the game. All that coming up next.
The Oshkosh North Spartans.
Want to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
right, and we are live down here again, just like we started the game. Here me and you are again. I don't know who invited who. I don't know, but here's what happened, Coach. We talked a little bit pregame about what is it going up against a team that hasn't gotten the win column yet, and you just came out here and handled business. I don't think anything spectacular happened, but just handled business, right?
Right on. We're going to do the same thing we do every play, every game, all year long. We're looking for the play that's going to work for the defense they're in. They did some different things, but shading and moving just a little bit, it throws off the things we like to do. We got down to where the quarterback was having to call a different shade, and the linemen were telling they're getting pretty technical now, and it's getting really fun because the kids are getting it, and it's a really cool chess match now, if that makes any sense to you, that we're trying, but once in a while they get us and they guess right and we guess wrong, but we kept doing things that we're going to do, but we fumbled the ball. The ball was on the ground and things like that, and we got some back on them, but that's good stuff too. But we got to keep taking care of the ball, or it's not going to work out good for us.
Yeah, and as it turned out, North had a couple fumbles here in the second half. Actually, the turnover battle came out even at 3 apiece. But what do you do during practice to clean those things up this late in the year?
That's just all the kind of things that you just keep practicing. Hold on to the football, and we got tug drills that we're going down the field, and 2 guys are pulling on each side of the football, and those things are just what you do in a normal practice. So when it happens in a game, it's going to happen. I mean, we talk about bad things are going to happen once in a while, but it's how you bounce back and you come back and you adjust, adapt, and overcome, and you get back down, get knocked, get back up, and all those things. So it's just how you persevere through all the different situations in a game.
2 games left. Everest here next week. Then you finish up on the road. What are the goals remaining now for the rest of the regular season?
1-0 next week. We got to beat Everest, and that's the only thing we worry about because that's a tough team. And they're playing. Everybody's 500. We're going into those games, and that's a battle. That's a rivalry. Everest and you're good friends on the coaching staff, and the kids all know each other from all kinds of basketball, sports, and things like such. So we got to play our game, and it's got to be us against them, and we're going to try to do our best.
Coach, we'll be here with you again next week. We'll see you then. If you could find Mr. Pierce for me, that would be a huge help.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right, that was number 6 ranked Marshfield Tigers taking care of business here, 36-0 over the Oshkosh North Spartans. And again, 2 games left, 1 game left here at Beal, and that's going to be the last game in the 77-year history here at Beal Stadium. Caden right here. Caden, you're standing right here next to me. There you go. Jason with the Zaleski Sports Show. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Here. I don't know if that size right, but go ahead and throw that on. We'll give you. Yeah, probably gonna have to make it a little bit. Oh, that fits nice, doesn't it? Okay. All right. So we're here with our Zaleski Sports Show highlight house player of the game, Caden Pierce. Caden, let's just talk about the game overall. 36-0. Defense does a job, shuts out the Spartans. You guys just do your job, just kind of methodically up and down the field. Just your thoughts on the game overall.
Well, we struggled a little bit on offense. Had a couple fumbles here and there, some drop passes, including by me. But once we thought about it, practice, talking over with it, we got it done. We got the win tonight, and we didn't finish as good as we thought we were gonna, but still a pretty good game for homecoming.
Now, you may not know this. I played here in '92 and '93. Now, you get to finish up Beal Stadium next year. Just what does that all mean to you?
Well, just to me, it reminds me of tradition. This field has so much history. There's so much memories that were made on this field, and it's a shame that we won't be able to play here next year, but we're moving on to bigger things. Nice turf field coming in, nice stadium. So I think it's bringing Marshfield, putting it on the map, I think.
And then DC Everest is that game next week. DC Everest, big rival. Anything can happen any given Friday. So what do you guys have to do different next week just to finish things up here at home?
I think we just need to execute the basics. We're not doing fancy plays. We're just doing plays that we've been doing since week 1. We just got to emphasize on that and keep moving forward and hopefully dominate the rest of the season and go undefeated.
All right, sounds good. So I'm going to hand you the microphone here. Okay. All right. You do this. I don't know if you've ever seen the show before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You have. Okay. All right. So we're in the last booth there. You see Stephen Hill.
Yep.
Maybe he'll wave to us.
Yep.
Never mind. We'll wait for him to stand back up here before I tell you. But anyway, I'm going to count you down 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You're just going to look up there, and then I'm in the house.
Okay.
So you put your own special spin on it, whatever you want to do. We're going to let some of the guys walk through here.
Okay.
That way we get a clean view. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
I'm just standing.
I'm Caden Pierce, and I'm in the house.
Yeah, nice job tonight. Thank you. Yeah. All right, Caden Pierce, our Zaleski Sports Show highlight house player of the game. There he was, and 36-0 as we wrap things up here in Marshfield. We'll be back here tomorrow as the Spencer Columbus Rockets take on Cadott. That's the Columbus homecoming game. Game time's 1 o'clock. We'll be live a few minutes before then, and we will see